Hey guys, this is Sunday evening, October 24th, and I am out late in the garden just seeing what's sprouted up. Finally got the third of my winter vegetable beds planted last week, and I want to show you what's coming up. Let's see. This is some delicious worm tea that I'm going to be adding on. Doesn't that sound yummy? My worms made some compost and I made tea out of it. So here is my bed. This was my lettuce patch last year, so I've switched. This one is going to be lettuce. It's not yet planted. Other than I did plant some tatsoi, little guys that I have going, little transplants. That's like a Japanese or Chinese vegetable, like a green. But here are all my radishes. These are lady slipper radishes. My French breakfast. Those are yummy. I have Detroit red beets. These little guys are my beets coming up. I've got carrots planted back here, but they take much longer to, they're going to be some of these St. Valerie carrots. See some of the pictures so I can see what they're going to look like. But I've got Brussels sprouts. So some of these are Brussels sprouts that I had started, and this is one of them. This is a start. So they were trying to come up. They may or may not make it in here, but I had some tall items to go in with the short stuff. So that way I'm using all of my space. But look at all these guys. I've got kohlrabi going in here. These are the little kohlrabis, and they were transplants. But here I've got purple top turnips, another turnip, more carrots back there, and I have some unusual radishes coming up here. These are wasabi, Japanese wasabi radishes, so I would imagine they're going to have a bit of a bite. This is dragon's tail. A few of those are coming up. And this is the Chinese red radish. The center of it is red. It's red meat. So the center. So I still got a little patch that I haven't planted. Leaving that for something else. Look at all this growth. These were planted last Sunday and they've been coming up. The radishes were up in 3 days. The beets just came up, I think, yesterday. So a lot of little growth here. All right. We've got real success on my beans coming up. These guys, I just added in an extra trellis because I've got some more I wanted to plant. This guy is climbing very nicely. Look at him. He's twined all around. This is a pretty new guy. There's another one. This one was here before, but it has suddenly taken off. I believe I saw string beans in here. Oh, there they are. Yeah, it was just a little one a couple days ago. Look at that. Got me a string bean. He's probably ready for putting a salad. A couple. So that's coming along. My mammoth basil continues to floor me as opposed to the regular basil. It's just crazy. So in here, this is the happiest plants. Look at how dense this is, how tall they are. They're a good, oh, this one is almost all the way up to the top here. So these are my cauliflowers. can't wait for them to start getting heads. They were not growing this fast at all last year, not even in the least. So they're very happy with whatever I put in for amendments. They're happy with their soil. This is my Napa cabbage. And these, all I gotta do is break off the leaves. I've got my nice Napa cabbage for my salad. I've got, this is some kale. Very pretty. I added some onions over here. This is kind of a drier portion of the end, and it gets more sun, and they don't need too much moisture, not like the rest. This is my cabbage patch, and they are coming along. This is my one radicchio that was in there, and it is just keeps growing bigger and bigger. And I've got beans growing up the trellis. This is my vine for cantaloupe that I just salvaged. I hated to take it out. Look at how it has come back. It is bright green. It has flowers. Not only that, it has, that's a little melon setting at this time of the year. I don't know how far they'll get, but by golly, it wants to grow. So I'm not going to stop it. I'm not sure if it'll make it, but there was one bigger one. Where did it go? Of course it hides when I'm actually looking for it. Two there. Yeah, I know there's, oh, I know it's around the other side. There's a sweet little spider web going. He's doing his thing, taking care of all the bad insects. Oh, here it is. Look at the size of this. That's a cantaloupe. And look at the flowers on here. This was almost dead. It looked mostly like this and a few leaves. So the bugs have finally stopped bothering it, and it's coming back. Look at the new growth. That's crazy. It's late October, guys. And we are coming into cooler weather, so we'll see. Oh, these are my red bush beans. Look at these pretty little purple flowers on here. And I've got a few more beans here that I planted a little later, but they are starting to wind their way up, and they are coming right along. So a quick evening tour. My peppers are just so full of, these are Anaheims. These are pepperoncinis. This is my jalapeno. I've got a few. They're tiny, but they're coming along. This one is not nearly as productive. Oh, there's a few. Yeah, so I've got some of those. I think this is another kind of chili that's hot, but it's a darker, I don't know what kind this was, but this is kind of cool. And there's quite a few of those. Oh, look. Yeah, look at all these. And I have purple bell peppers. Look at these. These are getting so big. I know that doesn't seem big to you. It's not grocery store big, but they are, because there's so many on here. There's only so much energy. I can have a lot of little mini peppers. It works fine for me. More Anaheims. More pepperoncinis. Oh, there's a nice regular bell pepper. Nice. I hadn't seen any big regular green bell peppers. Plant looks a little ragged, bent over. Pepperoncinis. I have tomatoes that are flowering, so I am hoping for some tomatoes. Look at how happy and green this plant is. More purple bells. Look at that. These might be jalapenos because they're tiny. Yeah, these look like more another jalapeno plant. I thought I only had one. Oh, maybe I have two. Another tomato, very happy. Don't see any flowers, but we'll see how long these guys last. This is crazy. This is the best these plants have ever looked. And this is a very new plant, and it has, this is a cherry tomato called, what is it? Sweet Millions. So I was hoping to get some early little cherry tomatoes off this. More purple peppers. These purple peppers have done well. Very happy. Some more green ones, darker green. Lost a lot of my labels. These are like the ancho, I think. They're kind of a big triangle. They're nice. They're mildly hot. These are my jalapeno, but they are the nada-peno. So they're not hot, but they have a jalapeno flavor. However, if you eat the seeds, they're hot. Ask me how I know. I know. I tried them. So if you stick to the green part, you're good. So here's my another green beans that was getting all eaten. This was all chewed up, and now it's coming back. My last of my cucumbers, it's just barely hanging on. It's not much, but I do have a few. One there, one there. Got another one right here. They probably should be picked even though they're small, because if they stay on too long, they get bitter. I have potatoes that are sprouting. Just planted these potatoes, and I got new sprouts there. These are been coming up for about a week or two. More there, and more there. So my new batch of potatoes. My hummingbird, or Mexican butterfly sunflower, Mexican sunflower, is these bushes went crazy when it rained, and there was butterflies and bees everywhere. I have an eggplant that is got a flower on it, and I believe that's a beginning eggplant. But this cucumber is just about ready, although it's got new green growth. It's got a cucumber there. It's got some little guys. It's got another one there. So it's still trying to grow, and I'm not going to stop it until it just gives up the ghost. And my crazy melons, Moon and Stars, is hanging here. Another one surprised me, and it went over the edge where it went. But it's hanging on the other side. And then I found two others. This one and this one. So I've got melons just trying to flourish. I have a surprise tomato that popped up out of this planter. And I tried to put a support on it, but I walked over and it's just huge. It just decided to grow. These were my newer pepper plants, still in pots. I've got melons over here. They started developing down in the back. This is a honeydew. Right there. Got some more down here. Another one here, here. The vines are really getting toasty. Oh look, a new one just set. Like, why aren't you guys quitting? Why are you still growing? Back here I have, this plant here is my sugar beet. I planted a row of those along the back behind all of my vines, and that was in summer, and they are still growing. So I'm excited to see what the sugar beets will have for me. That's it for today. I think that's enough, but that's a nice little sunset view of my garden. So I want to say Happy gardening, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care.